Hey, we're Janine and Joe. We're newbie sailors and outdoor enthusiasts. We think we live in one of the most picturesque places in Canada, and we want to show you everything our province has to offer, by land and sea. Join us this week as we go on our favorite hike near Halifax, Duncan's Cove. Don't forget to subscribe.
Hi friends, it's a beautiful Saturday today and Joe and I are on our way to hike Duncan's Cove. Say hello, Joe.
Hello.
We are just on the drive now. It's about 30 minutes from Halifax and it's a really nice coastal hike. It's probably our favorite hike in the Halifax area and it's really easy to get to, so it's perfect to do on a weekend. It's about 7.2 kilometers in total, so it takes around 3 hours approximately to complete it. We packed a lunch today and we're gonna have a little picnic at the midway point. So we are just on the drive now. The trailhead for this hike, if you are looking at it on all trails, it recommends that you start on Chebucto Head Road. We have tried to do that previously and the trail is really overgrown and it's muddy, it's really hard to get through. We had to turn around when we had attempted it before. So the route that we use and that I think everyone uses is the trailhead that is off of Duncan's Cove Road. This is private property, so please be respectful if you are going to be starting the hike from this area. Don't park in anyone's driveway, obviously, or block anyone's driveway, and don't be loud if you are going with a group of people. Try to carpool if you can so that you're not filling the whole road with cars. Any other recommendations, Joe?
Yeah, just kind of the same thing. We just want to be real with you guys because, you know, you're going to look up this trail and it's going to tell you to go a certain route, but in reality, the majority of people are going the route that we are going to go. I believe this was traditionally the way people accessed Duncan's Cove before, some of the property, became private land, but people still continue to use it, and quite a few of them actually. So it doesn't seem like anyone has a huge issue with it at this time, but do keep it in mind if you're going to take this route, be respectful, and if anyone says don't use it, obviously don't use it. But we've been here quite a few times now and no one's ever given us a hard time about it, so just full disclosure about that.
Also, if you are going to be doing this hike, I recommend wearing a good pair of hiking shoes if you have them, or decent sneakers that have good grip on them. A lot of the hike is you're walking kind of along a beachy area, which you're going to see, and there's a lot of rocks, so it's rough terrain. So just so you don't slip and hurt your ankle or anything like that, wear proper footwear for sure.
Wind, it can get very windy.
Oh yeah, it can get very, very windy.
I don't think it's very windy today, but it can be extremely windy, so just be prepared for that. Do pay attention to what the weather is doing.
Yes, and there isn't a lot of tree coverage in this area. It's fairly open, so if it is a sunny day, make sure that you wear a sunscreen too. We went one time here and I'm gonna say we probably weren't super prepared for how hot it was gonna be, and the sun was just beating down and we drank all of the water that we have. So take lots of water, wear sunscreen, and wear good shoes and you'll be fine.
That's all.
This is the trailhead here. It's a few hundred meters maybe down the road once you turn off. And yeah, you can see that there is a lot of brush here, so pretty hard to get through. Start of the trail, and you can already hear the ocean.
Hi, just showing everyone where the entrance to this trail is. It's not marked, so once you come up this little gravel road, you'll just kind of see a little opening in the trees, and that's where the trail starts.
And I think you can see already why this is one of our favorite hikes, because it's so picturesque and classic Nova Scotia. This is what you think of with the rocks and the waves.
All right, so we just kind of got onto the trail. We're still at the beginning. That doesn't make it any less beautiful, but you can see behind me there are 3 peaks almost. And every time we do this trail, I always think of the 3 peaks. We have 3 checkpoints. There's a cove in between the second and the third one, and the last one has a really cool surprise at the end.
Steep spot here where the trail gets narrower and it goes out around this cliff. There are a few spots like this on the trail. Be careful with your footing.
So here we are on the second peak of the Duncan's Cove Trail. We're just starting to head down and go towards the third peak now. The second peak is a little bit harder than the first one to get to. The first one is really easy. And now the third one is the hardest, because you'll see this, this cove in the background that we have to go around. And then the last little stretch is a long steep hill. So we're heading there now.
Stand out of the way so we can kind of show you. So you're gonna be going like along the coastline here, and then it dips down there, and then you go out. And this is where it's deceiving, because at this point that I am pointing to right now, it dips in quite a bit and then comes back out. So you kind of get to this part and think like, oh, I'm really close, because you can see the end of the trail here. But there is actually a hard portion coming up, so just so you're aware.
At the end of the trail, you come across this observational bunker that was constructed during World War II to aid in the spotting of German U-boats. It's located just south of what was the Chebucto Head Battery, which included a lighthouse, radar system, an additional observational tower, and 3 Mk-24 guns, which had a range of 22 kilometers. These installations played a critical role within Halifax's larger defense complex and includes other military installations around and within Halifax Harbour. A few of these sites are the Halifax Citadel, Fort McNab, and the Prince of Wales Tower. You can learn more about the Chebucto Head Battery and the rest of the Halifax Defense Complex from the Halifax Military Heritage Preservation Society website, which is linked below.
Time for our lunch break. Couldn't think of a more beautiful spot to sit and have lunch. You also will have noticed in this video that we're wearing these black fuzzy things. So we noticed on some of the previous video footage that we have that it can be hard to hear us when we're sailing or when you're hiking anywhere where there's going to be a lot of wind. So we bought these microphones from Amazon, and we'll link them below if you're looking for something similar. They seem to work really well. All right, we just had some lunch. We're at the end of the trail here, and we wanted to kind of give you guys some highlights of our favorite things about this hike and the reason that we've done it several times now. I personally love the scenery that there is to see on this hike. A lot of hikes that you go on, you are kind of hiking to a destination. You're hiking to a waterfall or a look off of some kind, but this hike is really picturesque right from the beginning to the end. So you get lots of good views. There's coastal hike line. You can see a lighthouse in the distance.
Yeah, and the next thing we really like about this hike is there's still a reward at the end. You'll see behind us an old World War II bunker that was used to watch over the Halifax Harbour back in the day. And it's just great to come here and think about history a little bit and the ships that would have been coming in and out of Halifax Harbour.
Oh, and another thing that's really cool is that Duncan's Cove is kind of adjacent to the mouth of the Halifax Harbour. Like Halifax Harbour is over here and Duncan's Cove is just along the coast a little ways. So you can see all of the sailboats coming in and out, and there's cruise ships sometimes. You can see the big shipping containers. I think there's a lot of boats right now that are heading to Chester for Chester Race Week. We've seen a lot of sailboats go by, so that's also really cool.
The last thing I really like about Duncan's Cove is the terrain. It's it's not a boring hike. It has lots of interesting features. You go up and down a lot. There's rocky parts. There's bushy parts. There's some treed areas, and it starts easy. It gets harder as you go, and it has a really great payoff at the end. So it gets your blood pumping a little bit of sweat on, but not too much, and you can get it done in 3 hours,
3 hours.
In and back. So if you're into hiking, you're not going to be disappointed here. We stuck around and enjoyed the view for a while before turning around and heading back.
All right, I'm gonna keep it real and tell you all what I just did. So I was hiking back and there's kind of rocky terrain and there was small rocks on top of the bigger rocks, and I lost my footing and I came down on a rock that was sticking out on my shin. So trigger warning, if you don't like blood, I'm about to show you my cut. Yeah, it's yucky, but it could be worse, so do some first aid and I'll be fine to walk back, but Just be careful where you're walking. Any areas where there's like small rock on top of big rock like this, it's easy to slip. All right, everyone, we are just back at the start of the hike again, and we wanted to give you one last shot of this view. It's a perfect day to do this hike.
Tune in next week because we're going to Chester Race Week and you won't want to miss this one. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.